Can't afford or don't need a midsize sedan? Well, many compact sedans now have the interior space and upscale high-tech features once more commonly associated with cars farther up the model ladder. The 2015 Nissan Sentra is a perfect example of this trend, as it offers an impressive amount of interior room and a nice array of features for pretty attractive pricing. But when it comes to time to choose a small sedan, there are other factors to consider. So, let's go ahead and check out this 2015 Nissan Sentra. Now, our Sentra we have here is the SR model, which is supposed to be the sport model of the Sentra, and essentially it adds bolder styling elements including premium cloth interior, 17-inch alloy wheels, fog lights, a lower body skirting, and a rear spoiler as well. Now here's the key fob for the vehicle. As you can tell, it's a regular old Nissan intelligent key. But you do have your lock, unlock to release your trunk, but you have to hold the button down. And then you have your panic button too, of course. Now it is a black exterior color, of course. You do have chrome door handles, and you do have smart key access with a full black cloth interior. Manual driver's seat adjustments. Now stepping on into the interior, the step-in height is pretty decent, has a pretty low step-in height. It is a compact sedan, of course. And stepping on into the interior, as you can see, it has a very stylish and pretty well-trimmed and accommodating cabin here. Now you do have push-button ignition, of course. Just put your foot on the brake, hit the button to start. Now coming to your transmission, you have a CVT automatic with lower gear selection, and of course putting the vehicle into reverse displays your rear view camera with guidance lines. And then here's your e-brake right here. Let's go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Automatic driver's side window. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Now, as far as styling goes on the Sentra, I think it looks quite good in the SR trim with the sport body styling. And like I said, you do have 17-inch alloy wheels, which comes on the SR model. Coming to the front, you have halogen headlights with LED daytime running lights and halogen fog lights as well. And the LEDs are actually standard on every Sentra. Now under the hood you will find a 1.8-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 130 horses with 128 pound-feet of torque. Unfortunately, there is no engine upgrade even for the sport model. This is the powertrain you will get across all trims of the Sentra. And to be honest, it has pretty underwhelming acceleration. And the fuel economy is okay at best. Trims on the Sentra start at the S model, which starts at $15,990. Then you have the SV, which starts at $17,540. Then you have the SR model, which starts at $18,740. Then you have the top of the line one, the SL, which starts at $19,640. Now, competitors of the Sentra, as you all may know, are its long-term rivals, the Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla, Ford Focus, Hyundai Elantra, Kia Forte, Chevrolet Cruze, Dodge Dart. It's a very competitive class here. Mazda 3, and the Subaru Impreza, as well as the Volkswagen Jetta. Now, the Sentra's main attributes here is that it provides very... Coming to the rear, you have full LED tail lamps, a little rear spoiler, and chrome exhaust tip. and your SR model badging. EPA numbers are at 30 in the city and 39 on the highway. Total vehicle price for this EPA numbers are at 30 in the city and 39 on the highway. Total vehicle price is at $22,810. Power windows, power door locks, and your power mirrors are located right there. Nice soft touch padding that's wrapped in cloth on the armrest as well as on the mid door panel. Hard to the touch upper door panel though. Chrome interior door handles. And let's go ahead and see if that 1.8 liter 4-cylinder can make a good engine note. Now, as far as build quality and materials go in the Sentra, they're pretty average for the class. The materials, like I said, the upper door panel is hard to the touch, but it does have a decent grading to it. I will give them that. Now, as far as the dashboard goes, it's a very nice soft touch material that really should have been carried over to the upper door panel because this is where you might rest your elbows. Never know. And over here is also a nice soft touch graining. And then as far as build quality goes, the build quality is also pretty average for the class. Some plastics are pretty flimsy, but up here everything fits well together. It's pretty well made. But like I said, it's pretty average for the class. Cars like the Honda Civic and the Ford Focus are built a little better. Now, as far as the way the Sentra drives, it's probably a huge con for a lot of people. It's very uninspiring to drive, lacks a lot of feedback and responsiveness as well. And for a small sedan, you would expect the Sentra to be very nimble around corners. However, the Sentra is the complete opposite of that. It almost feels, to be honest, like a Corolla. And it's leaning more towards comfort. However, the ride, at least the ride isn't choppy. It's pretty comfortable, I have to say, on a day-to-day basis. Now, as far as visibility goes out of the Sentra, the A-pillar is a little thick, I have to say. But the visibility is pretty average for the class. There's no sloping roofline or anything like that, anything of that nature. But there's lots of glass area all around, and the mirrors do show quite a lot. Now, I have to say, I really praise the Sentra for its very simple and easy to use controls. And they're really well labeled, and they're clear and easy to read, very big knobs and buttons. But here's your fan speeds. You do have automatic climate control and your temperatures and your zones as well. Your front window defroster and your rear window defroster and your recycling. Now, coming down here, I really like this trim. I think it does brighten up the Sentra's interior a little bit, makes it feel less Spartan and boring. You do have a 12-volt power outlet. Then you have a little storage cubby right here, cup holders, and then a nice soft touch armrest, power outlet, USB port, and an auxiliary input down there. The center console is extremely small. Now, as far as seating comfort goes in the Sentra, I quite like the seats a lot. I think they have a pretty good amount of side bolstering, and they do have a pretty nice amount of cushion to them. They're actually very comfortable. I found a pretty good driving position. Now, getting to the main head unit here, I like this head unit. And you can change your different camera settings. The responsiveness of this head unit is also pretty good. And the rendering of it is also pretty good too. However, I'm not a huge fan of how small it is. That's probably my only complaint. This head unit is a little small. But you do have your AM, FM, optical disc drive, auxiliary input, like I said, Bluetooth streaming audio on this car, and you do have a navigation system as well, but you have to have an SD card inserted. And then you also do have a day and night mode. You can change the brightness of the screen, and you also do have apps like Facebook and Google Online Search. Now, as far as the steering wheel design goes, as you can see, this is really taken right off of the Pathfinder and the Altima. But I like the steering wheel's design because it's very simple and easy to use. But you do have your Bluetooth phone controls, your steering wheel mounted audio controls. You could change your different media source. You have your cruise control buttons over here. And then these set of controls right here control your little information center right there, which I will get to in just a second. But, however, it is leather wrapped. And the steering wheel is a little on the thin side. Usually a lot of manufacturers are going with very thick rims. This one kind of sticks to a very thin steering wheel rim. Now, coming to your different driver selectable modes, you only have two. You have a sport mode, and then you also do have an eco mode. And of course, if you want to save the most fuel, I recommend going to the eco mode. If you want a little bit more of a nimble handling vehicle, go to the sport mode. However, this car isn't nimble handling at all, so it's pretty irrelevant. Coming up here, you have your auto dimming rearview mirror, sunglass container, your interior illumination, and then your sunroof controls as well. Now, coming to the gauges, I really like these gauges a lot. I really like the font of them. I think they have a pretty race-inspiring font to them, and I like the white illumination around them. And then coming to the center screen here, like I said, it's all controlled right here. And basically, this is going to show you all your vehicle information, like your average fuel economy, and your outside temperature display, and your average speed, and your range, and your trip odometer, of course. But basically, it's going to show you all your vehicle information. Alrighty. And let's go ahead and shut down the Sentra. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the car, as well as the rear seat passenger space and the trunk capacity. Let's go ahead and pop the trunk. Coming to the trunk capacity, it's decently sized. The rear seats do fold down to maximize cargo room, but you have to do that from the inside. And they also do fold down 60-40 split. Material and build quality does follow through in the rear. Still have a soft touch armrest that's wrapped in cloth on the armrest and then on the mid door panel, and then you still have a hard touch upper door panel. Now, I have the driver's seat all the way back, and this is where my driving position would be. I'm about 5'11", and I still have tons of room back here. I still feel very comfortable back here, and in a lot of other compact sedans, you can't really say that about them. And like I said, this car is bigger than some other mid-size sedans. Now, you do have dual mat pockets, a little storage cubby right there, and then a rear center armrest with cup holders. So they didn't really cheapen back out on here. And the seats are pretty comfortable, I have to say. And the headroom is also pretty good as well. Alright. And to fold the seats down, just pull this lever up right here, and then just pull it right down. Easy as that. Same with the other side as well. Full manual passenger seat. Glove box compartment. Also, it's damped and pretty deep too. You have 2 storage levels. So thanks to its competitive pricing, admirable fuel economy, and a well-appointed cabin, the 2015 Nissan Sentra is a respectable choice in the small sedan class. But know that its rivals offer many of the same attributes and are more rewarding to drive overall. So remember that this is camera